and how are we all doing? I hope you're doing well. Today I thought I would share with you guys some new in pieces in my wardrobe, the pieces that I'm really loving at the moment. They're kind of like my top 10 favourite new in pieces, and share with you like my thoughts and feelings on them, and chat about spring summer fashion, because that's what I'm really excited about. None of this is particularly spring summer, but they're pieces that you can maybe incorporate into your wardrobe now that are a little bit more spring-like, that can kind of transition your wardrobe into a bit more of a spring wardrobe, especially at the moment because it's like cold some days and it's kind of warmer some days. It's kind of good to find some pieces that you can wear on different days, so that when it's cold you can wear your beanie hat, but when it's a bit warmer you can wear your trench. So without further ado, I'm going to jump in. I'm going to start with an item that I've actually not shown since the vlog that I bought this item in, but I thought I would show you guys it up close. My dear! So I bought this as a kind of a gift to myself for doing so well over the last year. It's been a good year so far, in terms of tax year wise. Do you know what I mean? Not like year so far, because we're at the start of 2022, and this 2022 has not been, it's slow, but anyway, not the point. I got this bag for myself and I'm so happy that I bought it. It wasn't cheap, but I absolutely love it, and every time I go to style an outfit this bag goes with it, and that's the one thing that I'm so happy about when buying this bag. I knew that I wanted something that was gonna go with everything, because what's the point of buying a bag if it's not going to go with a lot of your wardrobe? And at this time of year where we're verging out of winter, the last thing I wanted to do was buy something that would only suit my winter wardrobe. So I was really kind of thinking, will this suit my summer wardrobe? And I can tell you now it absolutely does. Like, it suits every single kind of vibe that I like to go for, and it's just, I'm just so excited about it. So I'm really happy to have this in my wardrobe. And I was a little bit concerned when I bought this because it's navy. Like, this strap is like a dark navy, base is navy, in terms of like, for the most part it's navy, but it actually goes with everything, and I love that, and I'm so excited to own this bag. Like, I honestly can't get over how much I love this bag, and if you see it with every outfit, don't be alarmed, it's just because I want to get my wear out of it, and also it goes with everything. So yeah, very happy about it. The next item is an item that I did actually feature in my last vlog, and it's this bomber jacket. Now, the reason why I thought I'd share this is because bomber jackets are not something that is like necessarily like the trend right now, but I feel like bomber jackets are an always on piece. You always seem to see them in shops. There's always somewhere selling one, and they're always like a good piece to have. They're just not necessarily like the it piece at the time. And I think with bomber jackets you can always get away with them like throughout different seasons. Like, I think they're great for transitional seasons, but they're also good for when summer rolls around and you need a jacket in the evening, or at the moment when it's colder you can layer it up, wear a scarf. Do you know what I mean? This one's quite oversized, so it gives that kind of oversized look. I bought this one in a size 6, and it's so oversized, so definitely stick to your normal size if you're gonna get this bomber jacket. The reason why I'm so like in love with it, I think, is the colour. It's the perfect spring colour, and if you're like me, you don't really like to bring too much bright colour into your wardrobe just yet, this is a really good way of adding like a touch of colour without going too crazy, because I know that big pops of colour are going to be huge this season and going into spring summer. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. So I think if you're gonna like start getting a bit of colour into your wardrobe, this is a really good way, because one, it's a jacket, you can wear it now, wear it through into spring. It's still going to be cold for a good couple of months in terms of like needing a jacket, so it's good to have one that kind of goes with everything, adds that bit of colour, but also like has a cool element to it. I really love this, it's so nice. It's not the cheapest bomber jacket, I won't lie, but I do think it's such good quality, and I do recommend purchasing it if you're thinking about it. They do also have a nude one as well if you're not into green, but I'm a sucker for green. Green is like my favourite colour at the moment. Every single like piece that I'm buying, if it's coloured, it's green. I don't know why, but we're here for the green, you know. Next item is something that again you would have seen in my last vlog, and it is these dickies. Now, I have wanted to buy a pair of dickies for ages, but I never really felt like my style was like quite at the right point. My style, I do believe, has changed a lot in the last year. I think that's down to 1, moving to London, 2, just kind of learning a bit more about what I like and the styles I like to wear, but also like just enjoying clothes and buying things that you really like, and not buying things just because they're trendy or like loads of people have got them. Like really thinking about what you buy. So I knew when I bought these, if they fit, I was gonna love them because I've been wanting them for ages. And these are the 874 cropped. So these are actually women's. I know a lot of people buy the men's ones, but I'm quite small, so I didn't want to buy the men's ones and then be super big on me, because it's just not going to work. But these are the women's. They fit perfectly high-waisted. I'm just holding them like this because I've not actually worn them anywhere yet, but I did try them on in my last vlog, so I'll link that below. Also did a reel on my Instagram if you want to see that as well. But I love them. I think they're so cool, and I can't wait to wear them, like with like a little white cami vest cropped top with either a shirt over the top or on its own. Look great with that Dior bag. Do you know what I mean? Just like really simple casual vibe, but still looks quite chic. And that's what I like about these. They look very chic and very like smart but cool, you know. And that's the kind of style I like. I'm not really one of those people that likes super smart like blazers and trousers all the time. Like I like the slightly smart element but still quite cool element, so I love those. A pair of shoes next that I actually have not shared because they are part of a campaign that I'm doing on Instagram with JD, so I haven't actually shared these shoes on here with you guys. But these are a pair of trainers that I think you guys will like. And when I was picking out items for this campaign, I was like, I want to pick a pair of trainers that I really can see myself wearing, because like I love trainers, you guys know this. So when I'm adding like new trainers into my wardrobe, I want to make sure that 1, I don't already have 1 too similar, and 2, they are something I'm going to wear. So here they are. They are these gorgeous Nike Air Force trainers, and they've got this really lovely cream detail. I hope you can see that on camera. This bit all around here is cream, and then this bit's white, and then there's like a tick kind of detail here, which I just think they're a little bit different from your classic Air Force. And if you're like me, who wear a lot of neutrals, maybe you just don't really like to branch out too much on the footwear front, but you want something that's going to go with everything, these are really good for that, because they do go with everything. Like they're just neutral, but they're just a little bit different from your classic white Air Force. And if you're someone who wears a little bit more cream than you do white, and you find white trainers are a little bit stark against some of your clothes, these are good as well, because they've got that cream element, so they add that kind of warmth into your shoes, which I really like. I just think they're quite cool. They've got a grey bit here. They're just a nice kind of different take on the classic white Air Force, and I think if you're someone who wants to add like a good comfy pair of trainers that's cool looking, those are a really good option, and they're just a vibe, to be honest. And they're really comfy because I've worn them. So I can tell you that now, they are very comfy. Next up is a sweatshirt that I bought, I think, a good couple of weeks ago now. And it's this one from Sporty and Rich. The reason why I'm sharing this is because this is the perfect grey colour. I'm very picky with like my grey sweatshirts and grey kind of tracksuits and stuff like that, because I like them to look expensive. If I'm spending any money on them, I want them to be expensive and not look too cheap. And this colour grey I think looks quite expensive. I just think it's quite a easy way to style. It's a light tone, it's a great one to take into spring summer. But I love a good sweatshirt. Again, you guys know this, so when it comes to buying sweatshirts, I like to make sure that they fit nice, they're a nice material, they wash nice. This Sporty and Rich one has washed really well. I've worn it a good few times, I won't lie. And this one says Sunset Tower Hotel. At least said Tower Hill. That would not have been correct. You can tell I live in London. But yeah, I just thought it was a bit different. I don't really like heavily branded stuff unless it's like has like a really cool vibe. I've got a sweatshirt to show you in a minute which is like quite heavily branded, but I really like how simple this is, because it's just like a simple sweatshirt. It has that little bit of detailing, but it's not too crazy, and for the price I do think it's worth it. I think sometimes with sweatshirts it's better to spend a little bit more money. I have had many a kind of high street brand cheaper alternatives to more expensive sweatshirts, and I don't think they last as long. They start to feel thin, whereas this still feels quite thick. Like, I say thick, but like it just still feels like a good quality sweatshirt. So I really like this one. I think a good grey sweat is a good one to take into spring, because you can wear it layered with like those trousers I showed you a minute ago. You can wear it with jeans, but you could take it off, put it over your shoulders if you're a little bit warm. Do you know what I mean? It's like a good piece to have. It's not too weighty, adds a kind of warmth if it's cold, but it's not too heavy. Do you know what I mean? Whilst we're on the topic of sweatshirts, this is the sweatshirt that I was talking about that has heavily branding. So it says Bing on the front there, and then it says Bing on the back, which is heavily Anine Bing branded. But the reason why I like Anine Bing stuff is because the graphics are kind of made into band tee lookalikes. So whilst yes, it's heavily branded, it looks from a first glance that you're wearing a band tee, and that's the kind of vibe that I quite like about it. It's not like, here's a big Nike jumper. Not that I have anything against a Nike jumper that's written Nike across the top. I just sometimes think if you're going to spend the money, especially if it's expensive, you want something that's kind of going to go with the style of you and you like. Do you know what I mean? Am I just rambling? I don't even know. But I love this sweatshirt. This sweatshirt I got from Farfetch. You can actually use my discount code. I believe it's still available. If it's not, I've got a new one coming very, very soon. But yeah, this Anine Bing sweatshirt is so cool. I love the fact that it's like a band tee, like a tour kind of sweatshirt vibe. I just think that's quite cool. Again, like I said, if you're going to spend the money on something and it's a little bit more expensive than your classic like high street sweatshirt, you want to make sure that the style of it and what it looks like is going to go with your style and your wardrobe. I love a graphic kind of tee, or like something that adds a bit of more of an edgy element to something. If this was a plain green sweatshirt, probably wouldn't have bought it, but I like the fact it's got that contrasting blue, adds a bit of something different. But I really like this sweatshirt, and you guys know I love Anine Bing sweatshirts. I have about 5 at this point, and like, I know you're probably thinking that because it's a bit too many, but they're just so cool and they're all different, so I allow myself to have them because they're all different. So next up is a pair of jeans. Again, a very new pair of jeans, which I did show in my last vlog, them being worn. So if you want to see how they look, then go check that out. But these are a pair of Levi's, what are they called? Should have known this before I started talking. Ribcage super high rise jeans, and they're in this gorgeous bleach wash. Now I love a bleach wash jean in the summertime. I think bleach wash denim is so nice, especially when it's jeans. I just think with like lighter colours and bright colours, I think light wash denim goes really, really well. I don't tend to wear a lot of black or black denim at all in the summer, so I really kind of go towards this kind of light wash denim, and maybe like lighter tone denim in general. But these are just like a straight leg jean. These are a waist 24, leg 27, and I would say they hit me at the right point. If you're any taller, I would say you'd need to buy a longer length, but you might need to go on a different website, because I bought these on end and they didn't have a leg length choice. So I'm pretty sure you can get different leg lengths of these, so just something to note. But I love them, they fit so nicely. I love Levi jeans. I actually have a pair of these in like a mid-tone blue colour, and I love them. They're really nice and really comfortable. So I knew that I wanted to get a light wash pair this summer, or spring summer, and I know that now it's starting to warm up a tiny bit. I say warm up really, really vaguely, because it's not that warm. Like, it's still cold, but where you don't necessarily need to wear so many layers some days, or where it's quite warm some days, you can kind of get away with a little bit more of a spring look. And I think a lot of us are verging away from the heavy knits and the coats and stuff at the moment, so it's nice to add a little bit of spring touch to your wardrobe. And you can layer that with a jumper as well, so that's kind of what I like. If you're gonna incorporate new pieces into your wardrobe at this time of year, make sure there's something you can literally wear with jumpers, but you can also wear with a crop top and sandals in the summer, because then you're really getting the wear out of the items that you're spending your money on. It wouldn't be a kind of new spring favourites without a trench coat, because trench coats are the perfect transitional season piece. And I love a trench coat, and I love transitional styling. It's my favourite kind of styling, because you have that idea of wearing a jacket and layering, but it's not heavy layering, so you can like wear little cute tops and a trench, or you can wear like a skirt with a jumper, I just love that. You're really getting the most out of your wardrobe. And a trench coat is one of those pieces that I think you really can get the most out of in the transitional seasons, and you can now as well. Where it is slightly warmer on some days, you can wear a trench coat and not be cold, and that's what I love. This one is from ASOS. It's got a really cool quilted back. Back of the sleeves are quilted too, just kind of a little bit different. You don't need to go and buy a different style of trench coat. You could get a simple plain one, or you can wear one that you've already got. But I love a trench coat. I think trench coats are really good at just giving that warmth without being too heavy. And you need that when it's like spring, verging on spring, because you don't want to be wearing something too heavy, but you still want to add that warmth because it's not that warm. So trench coats are great. I do recommend buying a trench coat. That one's currently on sale, so I will link it below. It's a really good price. I got mine in a size 8. It's a petite trench coat, so it does hit at the right length as well if you're small. But I highly recommend it. It's really nice and it's a really good price, so if you want to get one, I recommend that one. The one and only slightly dressier piece that I have to show you is this satin skirt. Now, I love a skirt in the summertime. I'm not really a skirt person in the winter. I'd rather wear a dress if I'm going to wear anything that has my legs out. And even then, I don't really wear dresses. I only really wear those like when I'm going out. So I'm not really one to get my legs out much. But since it's getting a bit warmer, I have more want to get the legs out. And it's not even that I don't like getting my legs out in the winter. I just get cold so easy, so I don't bother. But this skirt is a really lovely wrap over satin skirt, and I think this would look so nice, just really simply styled with maybe like a little top, like a little black top, some sandals or heeled sandals if you want to go out in the evening, or you can wear it now layered up with a jumper. I just think a satin skirt is always a good option. I have a few in my wardrobe that I have from last year and I love them. I think a satin skirt is a really nice way of adding that very feminine touch, but you could mix it up with like grungy pieces or make it more casual with a t-shirt, and I think that's really cool. And like I said, where it is warming up, how many times have I said that? Quite a few times. If it's a slightly warmer day and you feel like, do you know what, I want to get my legs out, but I'm going to wear a jumper, but I'll get my legs out, this is a really good piece to have. Although I will say, because it's wraparound, you may end up flashing, so you'd have to wear something underneath just to kind of protect your modesty, or you can leave it, it's up to you. But we know what the weather's like and it's often windy, so you've got to be careful. But I love it, and even for an evening this would be so nice. Do you know what, this would be so nice on a date. If you have a date where you're like, it's a little bit more dressy, maybe you need to wear heels, or you want to feel a little bit more dressed up, it's a really good piece. I find dates so hard because say you're going for a drink on a first date. Sorry, I'm really going off a tangent, but I have to say this. Say you're going on a drink for a first date, going for a drink, and you're being taken to something that's kind of nice, but it's not like super fancy. You're like, what shoes do you wear? Because you could wear like jeans and a nice top, but then do you wear trainers? Do you wear boots? But boots aren't always a vibe, like, but you don't want to wear heels because sometimes that can be a bit too much. But then you're like, but I want to wear something that's nice. This is why I'd prefer to go on a date in summer, because you can wear, if you're going out in the evening and you're outside or somewhere, you can wear trainers or sandals and you've sorted that issue. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, the last item that I have to share with you is this cap. And the reason why I'm showing this cap is because I really like a hat. I love a beanie in the winter time because it gets cold and I get very cold. But I'm really kind of enjoying this idea of wearing caps. And in the summer I do kind of tend to wear like bucket hats sometimes. And caps are a really good way of having that very cool element, but also protecting the sun out of your eyes, getting the sun out of your eyes, protecting your eyes. And this one I just really like. This is from Rotate. It wasn't the cheapest cap ever, so I'll link something cheaper below as well for anyone who doesn't want to spend money on this cap. It was 50 quid, so yeah. But I love the idea of a cap. I just think it just adds quite a cool element to a look. It adds that sporty chic look to an outfit, and sometimes if you've got quite a smart outfit, I find anyway, a cap can just add that very casual element. So it just adds something that perhaps looked a bit too smart before but looks kind of cool now. And caps are great to take into spring, summer, obviously. And if you're someone like me who likes to wear a hat, you like to wear a beanie, you enjoy wearing hats, this is a good one to take into the spring summer season. I will say though, some people like those kind of fedora hats and big hats. I'm not one of those people. I like just simple small hats. Like, obviously it depends on your style, but my style is quite casual and I like to wear stuff that suits my casual style. If I wear a fedora, it just does not fit my vibe. It used to back in the day. Back in the day I would have worn a fedora. Not today. In today's life, not my vibe. But those are all of my new in favourites. Let me know in the comments what your favourite item was, and I will link everything below for anyone who wants to purchase any of these items. If my Farfetch discount code is still live, I will also link that below, and you can get 10% off, which is great. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, guys, and I will catch you all in my next video.